citizens of Memphis. Thank you. Madam Controller, item number 2 will be held until our September 13th meeting. If anyone in the audience is here to speak on item number 2, please know that it will not be held today. Our add-on items will be items number 23 through 31. Madam Controller, would you please call item number 1?
Item number 1 is a presentation commemorating National Black Business Month in Memphis, Tennessee, all council districts. This resolution is sponsored by the Memphis City Council.
Councilwoman Easter Thomas, you're recognized.
Thank you, Sheriff. Good afternoon, you all, and people who are here today. August is Black Business Month nationally. And in Memphis, we definitely want to commemorate and celebrate our Black business owners in our city that make our city thrive. So what we did was, this is sponsored by the entire council, and we asked each council member to nominate recognition for 1 to 2 Black businesses. So you all are definitely special in our eyes. If you will, if you are a recognized business here with us today for item number 1, if you can please join me as safely as possible up around the podium so that we can get you in the video space and also the picture space. I know that's what you're here for. If you can join us up here. And we would definitely like to read this into the record before we give you your tokens of recognition. And then we'll see how time goes for any colleagues that also want to speak on these businesses as well. Whereas the Memphis City Council remains committed, and if colleagues also want to come down and you all, we have a full picture with the businesses that you nominated, that would be great for us too. Whereas the Memphis City Council remains committed to empowering and celebrating Black entrepreneurs across our great city. And whereas Memphis City Council recognizes National Black Business Month in Memphis, a month-long national celebration of honoring the U.S.'s rich heritage of Black entrepreneurship. And during the late 1700s, free and enslaved African Americans began to open their own small businesses, from barbershops to shoemaking shops. As emancipation grew, so did the establishment of Black-owned businesses, leading to the period between 1900 to 1930 being labeled as the golden age of Black-owned businesses. Despite the steady growth of these businesses in the U.S., Black entrepreneurs continue to face long-standing barriers such as financing, which have traditionally limited entrepreneurship and business formation. Black entrepreneurs form an integral part of the economy in the city of Memphis, contributing to its strength and its dynamism. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Memphis City Council does hereby recognize August 22 as Black Business Month in the city of Memphis, and does encourage all citizens to empower, highlight, and support Black businesses across the city. And let me let you all know who is standing with us today. A&R Barbecue, All World Project Management, Curtis Givens Entertainment. I ain't gonna do y'all like the hold your applause. I'll give you some space. Curtis Givens Entertainment. Oh, okay. Dean and Associates. Gracie's Kitchen. Kay's Pints and Scoops. Kingdom Mobile Detailing. All right. Kadzukian. Mahogany Restaurant. Name Game. Neely's Interstate Barbecue. Otika Technologies. Payne's Barbecue. The Red Wing Group. Smooth Living Health Food Restaurant. South Memphis Fence Company. Southern Heritage Classic. Tailor Made Beauty Supply. The Carter Malone Group. The Pie Folks. Top Notch Security. Trap Fusion. Universal Commercial Real Estate. And Wings on the Fly. So you all, we just wanted to make sure that you all knew that you are very prominent in this city and very, very well needed as we are going to progress and support our Black businesses and increasing you all's success in this city. And also I would like to recognize Mr. Ernst Strickland, President of the Memphis Black Business Association. Thank you also for the work that you're doing to support and growing our Black businesses here. And if you all have not connected with him in the Memphis BBA, please do so. And those of you all who are watching on today. Mr. Nicholas Thompson will have you all's recognition for you. I ask that if council members would like to come down and join for a photograph, and so we can continue on with the day's council agenda items.
He's my brother.
Facing that way. Yeah. We're going this way. Facing this way. Facing this way. You facing the right way. Can you all see as much as if you go all the way to the back?
Great job, man.
That's what it is, yeah.
240-3976. I'll count to 3. All right. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need one more. We have Patrice. You have a more.
Okay. That item was moved by Councilman Jones, seconded by Councilman Ford. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. That item passes.
Ashley.
See, after a while, you'll just be Corvette. They don't even.
I know.
They just go Corvette.
Madam Comptroller, item number 2 has been held. Will you please call the consent agenda?
Request that you unhide all mics except you and the comptroller.
Cool. Madam Controller, would you please call consent agenda items including 3, 4, 5 with same night minutes, please? And can I get a motion on items, consent agenda items 3, 4, and 5? Okay.
Consent agenda begins with item number 3, a resolution approving the engineering plans for South City Subdivision East, Section 3, and accepting bond as security. There's a request for same night minutes. The contract number is CR-5420. Item number 4 is a resolution approving the engineering plans for H2S Downtown Memphis 2022 and accepting bond as security. There is a request for same night minutes. The contract number is CR-5421. Item number 5 is a resolution approving the final plat for Murray Farms Business Park Phase 1 and accepting bond as security. There's a request for same night minutes. The contract number is CR-5422. And Mr. Chairman, I do not see any other consent agenda items, but we have some more fiscal consent on the add-on.
Okay, yeah, so we'll recognize those at the proper time. This item has been moved by Councilman Covette, seconded by Councilwoman Logan. Seeing no one in the queue to speak on this item, Madam Controller, will you prepare this item for the vote? Council members, please cast your votes on the consent agenda items.
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Jones, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
Okay, that item passes. Madam Controller, would you please call the fiscal consent agenda items?
That will take us to item number 6 on our regular agenda, a resolution to accept, allocate, and appropriate grant funds in the amount of $500,000 from Shelby County Sheriff's Office for the Operation Relentless Pursuit Grant Program. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by Police Services. There is a request for same night minutes. On our add-ons, we'll have item number 24, a resolution to accept, allocate, and appropriate funding in the amount of $1 million from Shelby County 911 Emergency Communications District of Directors for the CAD Hexagon installation and maintenance fees. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by Fire Services. There's a request for same night minutes. Item number 25 is a resolution to amend the council FY23 grant allocations. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by Councilman Smiley. There is a request for same night minutes. Item number 26 is a resolution to amend the council FY23 grant allocations. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by Councilman Ford. There is a request for same night minutes. Item number 27 is a resolution to amend the council FY23 grant allocations. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by Councilman Canale. There is a request for same night minutes. On our add-on is number 28, a resolution to amend the council FY grant allocations. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by Councilman Colbert. Mr. Chairman, that concludes our fiscal consent agenda items.
Okay, thank you. Colleagues, we have a speaker for item number 6, so before I call on the vote for this, I'd like to recognize Brandy Higginbottom. And when you come up, please state your name and your address, and you'll be given 2 minutes to speak on item number 6.
Hello, my name is Brandy Higginbottom at 6571 Stockport Cove at 38141. I'd like to talk to you today about item number 6, another allocation of funds of city money and taxpayer funds being moved back and forth to law officials. And please, in the meanwhile, while we have a homeless crisis right now, we have people dying in the middle of the streets suffering from heat strokes due to the effects of climate change getting worse and worse without anything being actually done about it. There are funds that are being used to police the homeless, to imprison the homeless, but over $500,000. How many homes could that build? They could have built a lot of homes in South Memphis, getting a lot of people out of the element of the outside environment and actually have people housed. I originally came here today to ask for a forensic audit of the Shelby County Department of Shelby County Sheriff Department and the audit of the homeless shelters such as the Hospitality Hub ran by a Executive Director Kelsey Johnson. All this money that's being moved around, pushed around without being actually monitored or appropriately used for jackets and cars and vehicles, not actually going to the people that need it the most, instead of lining the pockets of nonprofits such as the Hospitality Hub. We do this whole song and dance and little theater here, but nobody's really making sure that due diligence is being followed, the due process is being followed, or anything's being done for people actually for their homes or anything like that. When we hear another member of the upper echelon, the elite, being murdered or being killed, that's honestly the fault of those who write policy. That's basically chickens coming home to roost. Each time somebody's hurt, shot, these are all consequences of living on a system that is driven by competition, and we all need money to live. So, yeah, that's why I'm here for. If y'all can't tell me where I can find that, or y'all can't give me that, tell me where I can find that audit, where I can go get a forensic audit of these places, such as Shelby County Sheriff Department and the Hospitality Hub ran by Executive Director Kelsey Johnson.
Thank you for your comments today on item number 6.
Do you have an answer for that?
Well,
do y'all come here, or do
Shelby County government.
Shelby County government?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
God bless. That's all I wanted to know.
You're welcome. Madam Comptroller, will you please call the MLG&W fiscal consent agenda items, please? Oh, I'm sorry. We need to vote on items on our fiscal consent agenda. It was moved by Councilman Covette and seconded by Councilman Carlisle. Would you please prepare the screen for votes? Mouse. Thank you so kindly.
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colbert, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, would you please call the MLG&W fiscal consent agenda, including items 7 through 16?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Item number 7 is a resolution approving change number 3 to contract number 11966, MLGW network upgrade and enhancement with Converge One Incorporated, formerly Venture Technologies Incorporated, in the funded amount of $324,883.80. Item number 8 is a resolution approving change number 1 to contract number 12223 ergonomics program with the Institute of Health and Human Performance, doing business as Biokinetics, to extend the current contract in the funded amount of $284,200. Item number 9 is a resolution awarding approval of change number 2 to contract number 12103, workers' compensation stop-loss brokering with Willis of Tennessee, Inc., to renew the current contract in the funded amount of $278,368. Item number 10 is a resolution awarding contract number 12364, South Primary number 31, Thomas H. Allen 35, line number 6, 161 kV transmission line, FedEx substation cut-in to William E. Groves Construction LLC, doing business as Groves Electrical Services, in the funded amount not to exceed $8,480,785. There is a request for same-night minutes on this item number 10. Item number 11 is a resolution approving change number 1 to contract number 12076, wireless network data and FirstNet service with AT&T Mobility to renew the current contract in the funded amount of $853,229.01. Item number 12 is a resolution approving change number 1 to contract number 12053, local dial tone services with AT&T to renew the current contract in the funded amount of $163,944. Item number 13 is a resolution awarding contract number 12372, FirstNet wireless services and devices to AT&T Mobility in the funded not to exceed amount of $2,009,495.40. Item number 14 is a resolution approving change number 1 to contract number 12296, electric operations site drainage improvements with A&B Construction Company, Inc., to change and expand the scope of the current contract in the funded amount of $35,977.48. Item number 15 is a resolution approving the ratification of material purchase to restore power due to Winter Storm Landon in the amount of $2,973,352. And our last item is number 16, a resolution awarding contract number 12389 for the conversion of MLGW streetlights within the city of Memphis with Amerisco in the funded amount not to exceed $47 million. Mr. Chairman, that concludes our MLGW fiscal consent items with one item for same-night minutes.
Okay, yes, there was, I failed to mention that item number 10, there was a request for same-night minutes. This was moved by Canale, seconded by Covette, but Councilman Carlisle and Councilman Canale were in the queue to be recognized. Councilman Carlisle.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just have a comment to MLGW on item number 16, the streetlights. Much like our capital plan, it would be a strong request and desire of mine to have some sort of forward customer-facing update so people can understand that, hey, when is my neighborhood coming? How's it coming along? It's honestly, now that people are hearing, it's been out in the press, people are very interested, and I mean across the city for me, about when is my street coming? So it would take a lot of pressure off the council if regular updates on that capital plan and when, hey, we accept, and even if you're delayed, that's fine. I'd rather just say, hey, go to this website. It'll have updates on a regular basis. Be great. Thank you, JT.
Thank you, Mrs. Carlisle. Councilman Canale.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Is anybody from Amoresco here?
Sir, if you could come down to the podium, please.
Good afternoon. I'm Steve Seifried with Amoresco, 1125 Snowden Drive, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yes, thank you, sir. Before I vote in favor or negatively on this resolution, could you speak a little bit about what the local participation is going to be?
Yes, sure.
With your group?
Yes, we've identified a good number of partners already to be engaged at a variety of levels to work with us as well as our electrical contractors to get this job done. And there's a whole myriad of roles to be accomplished in this. So we've got a good plan in place, and we're getting ready to enter into contracts with those folks.
Are you committed to a certain
exceeding the minimum percentage requirement?
Okay, are you committed to a certain percentage for local?
Yes, I believe the city's minimum is 30%, so we're going to exceed that.
Okay.
Great
All right, thank you,
question.
Mr. Chairman.
Any other thoughts, questions?
Councilwoman Logan.
Thank you, Chair.
I wanted to ask Director Connect if he's here, or Chief McGowan, how much additional is it going to cost to replace the lighting outside of this contract, the ones that are already out? And those are, it's my understanding that those are not included in this contract.
Thanks, Councilman. Are you referring, this is 77,000 out of the 86,000 or so that we have. These are the Cobra headlights. The rest are the decorative lights and different varieties of lights that we have. Is that what you're referring to, or are you referring to ones that are currently out of service?
All of the lights that are out in the city that are outside of this contract. I think it was 89,000, the number that was originally given, or 86,000, the ones that are not included in this contract.
So there are technically like 84,000 streetlights in the city of Memphis. We're focusing on the 77,000 that are in the city of Memphis limits. There are some that are on the expressway. Those are not included at this time. They may be at a future opportunity, but those are not the initial phase of ones to be done.
Okay. The question was, and I'm more so concerned about the ones that are out in the neighborhoods, in the community, and, you know, in the communities. Did you have any idea, or do you all have a figure and a timeline for those that need to be turned on right now?
So if you're one that's out now, that's not working, yeah, they're still taking the calls. I refer that to the MLGW team, but the citizens are still, you know, reporting those that are out so they can be replaced. You know, the good news about this project is that it includes the lighting management system, the controls. So what that means is that as we do replace these LED figures with the new LEDs, they're gonna have a control on them that's gonna notify MLGW that the light's out. So no one will ever have to report a street light outage again, because they're all gonna be connected to this system. So I mean, that's the thing that's gonna have to take some time to be patient about, because it's be capable of doing that, which they don't have that capacity to do now. But if you're asking about one that's been out and it needs to be replaced, I think they're still asking citizens to report it so that they can make a decision about, can it be replaced now?
What I'm asking is specifically, and we're all on the same team, so I'm asking because I want to know and people need to know, and they're going out. They're out now. They've been out for a while. When you all came the last time, you said wait till this time. I just heard from someone today. I hadn't heard anyone since then, and my question still remains as it was a few months ago, was in reference to the street lights that are out now. I'm not sure if it's your department or if it's MLG&W. Who is in charge of getting the lights repaired? Because it's dark in a lot of places, and particularly, I know my district, there are a number of dark places, and as I said, we're all on the same team, and so, you know, in order to be able to communicate to the constituents who are paying for these lights to be on, I need to know. I'm just asking how much in addition to this amount, because we're going to be approving this, and this is for lights moving forward. And I'm so excited that we are getting those. I appreciate that we're getting this contract. I'm looking forward to having all new LED lights. But between now and then, when those are all in place, we have lights that are already out, that have been out up to now, and there are probably going to be some more lights going out before we get that in. So my question is, how much is that going to cost? How long is that going to be? And who's putting those in?
Yeah, I understand. I think I understand what you're saying. I'm going to let President Young talk about the process for repairing. This is strictly about replacing the old high-pressure sodium lights with new LED lights, new fixtures. So as those come on, obviously they're replacing an entire fixture, not just replacing replacing a bulb. So, but he'll explain what they're doing in the interim to kind of keep the existing lights on and functional are replaced.
Thank you.
And again, I'm perfectly, I'm okay with what I see here in terms of understanding what this means. President Young, I'm asking, and if MLG and W is responsible for replacing the lights that are out right now across the city, I would love to hear from you, but if not, I would like to hear from who is responsible and how much that's going to be and how long that would take. I wanted to know how much additional monies we're going to be looking at, if any. We may not be looking at any additional monies to replace all of the lights that are out in the communities, but if so, if you could let me know, I'd appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for that question. So bottom line is MLGW is responsible for replacing any street lights that are out, for fixing, repairing, whatever the reason they're out. Sometimes they're out because it's a bulb, sometimes it's a cable, sometimes it gets knocked down, but for whatever reason, street lights throughout our service area that are roadway lights, those and many other lights are the responsibility of MLGW to repair. With regards to those that are out today, in terms of any cost regarding this particular LED project, there's no incremental cost. As you may remember, the citizens in the city of Memphis pay a monthly streetlight fee, and that streetlight fee is designed to cover the maintenance and energy and all that for those streetlights, and so that's included. So there is no projected at this point, and certainly no incremental cost to repair the ones that are out. We are saying to this point, we don't see any near term, as far as we can see, incremental cost in the monthly fee for the LED lights. We think savings and other things will help keep that relatively flat. But we are responsible for replacing those street lights, and we will continue to do so. The transition is going to be a little bit over a year, but during that time, any lights that go out, any lights that are out, customers still need to do the same process. Let us know. We will still make sure we coordinate as we move forward with this project, because in some cases, it may be the need that we go ahead and upgrade that area with what we're doing, depending on where that light is, and it depends on our inventory as well, but it's our responsibility to do that.
So can you come back and let us know what the plan is for that? I hear you saying that some of the lights you may not, it may be more efficient to just go ahead and switch them over. So you're going to plan to, instead of changing those, just switch them over. Not sure what that all means. So even if it's offline, if somebody could give me a call and we could discuss that whole scenario.
Absolutely.
But I do appreciate now knowing who's responsible for it, and I know that we've already paid for it as ratepayers, and so you won't be coming to the constituents for any additional monies or increase in that regard, nor will you be coming to council for any additional monies.
No.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for clarifying that, and I look forward to, I'll have my staff reach out to you so I can get a meeting with you all.
Okay.
Just to get clarity myself, so I'll know what to tell my constituents. Because Covington Pike is a lot of those are out. Okay. Thank you.
Good deal. Thank you.
Were those all your questions, Councilwoman?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I
Okay.
yield back, Chair.
Councilman Warren.
Thank you. Mr. Young, if I could ask you one other question on item number 16, actually item number 12, it's dial tone services. Can you explain what dial tone services are and why we need them?
I'm sorry, which item, Councilman?
Item number 12, local dial tone services.
This item 12 for the dial tone of AT&T to renew this. Okay, I believe this is for our phone service part. Of course, we use AT&T for that, and we have to pay for those services. And I believe this is an actual contract change. So it's a renewal. This is, I think, a 4-year.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what it is. What is a dial tone service? I mean, is that just access to the line?
Sure,
is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
And so it's for all of your various phone lines?
Right, the services that we
throughout
have
the entire system?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Councilman Canale.
Thank you, Chairman. President Young, or the gentleman from Amoresco, as the process begins, can we get may I request regular updates on the local partners that we're using, not just for equipment orders, but actual local contractors that are helping complete the work?
Absolutely, and I believe that, and I'm going to leave it to, and Brad or Steve from Amoresco might be able to talk about this, but I would certainly expect something around the order of a monthly, as we are deploying these new lights, I would believe that at least on a monthly basis, bi-monthly basis, there'll be updates regarding, first of all, there'll be a plan to see where we're headed, but then updates on where that is, and that'll be on our website as well, so we'll post that so folks can see the progress, what's going on. But I'll leave it to Brad and Steve, the folks from Amoresco, on the specifics of that. But at a high level, I can tell you there will be at least a monthly or bi-monthly update on progression in the city, where we're headed next, and what the overall plan is. So the plan will be out there first, and then as we go, you'll be able to see the progress over the 12 or 13-month period.
Okay, great. I appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Canale. Councilwoman Johnson.
Chair, I need clarification. The question was asked, how much local participation on item number 6 for the streetlights? Was the answer for local participation 30%?
I think I heard him say that was the minimum that was required by the city. So I think it's exceeding 30%, but I'll have to ask Amoresco to speak to that. I don't. That's the target. That was the target. Yeah. Distinguish between. Yeah. I mean, what's WBE or total estimate?
Right. So the requirements from the city are that a 30% of, and there's metrics involved in how you measure that, engage local vendors and contractors, so that are minority or women business owned. There's not a local percentage per se, there's a women and minority.
Okay, that's why I'm wondering if you have reference to the minority and women, but in general, how much local participation do you intend to use?
You know, I can't answer that specifically today, but because we do have some contractors that we work with that are not based here. But bottom line is it's going to be a significant percentage, but I can't answer that today.
Okay. We'll really work on that, okay? Because we really do need all the economic growth in the city we can get.
Thank you. And I hear loud and clear that you'd like to see updates on that on a regular basis, and that's not going to be a problem for us to make presentations on that and make sure everybody understands where we're headed and how we're meeting those requirements.
Okay.
So.
Thank you.
Yes.
So seeing no more council members in the queue to speak on this item, Madam Controller, would you prepare this item for a vote?
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Caldwell, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Warren, yes. Smiley, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
Okay, that item passes. Madam Comptroller, would you please call item number 23?
Item number 23 on our add-ons is a resolution requesting the Division of Planning and Development study opportunities for incentivizing removal of non-conforming off-premise advertising signs and propose zoning amendments to create a program addressing and encouraging removal of said signs. All council districts, this resolution is sponsored by Councilman Smiley.
Councilwoman Johnson, you're recognized.
Committee met and received favorable recommendation. I so move.
Okay. Seeing no council members in the queue, Madam Comptroller, would you prepare this item for the vote?
I just flipped on that.
Moved by Johnson, seconded by Carlisle.
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colbert, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
Okay. That item passes. Madam Comptroller, would you please call item number 24?
24 is a resolution to accept, allocate, and appropriate funding in the amount of $1 million from Shelby County.
Oh, I'm sorry. Item number 29.
Item number 29 is a resolution approving the employment of Timothy Davis as Vice President, Customer Experience and Energy Services at an annual salary of $240,000. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by MLGW. There's a request for same-night minutes.
Councilwoman Robinson, you recognize. Microphone, please.
The committee is met, and we recommend approval, and I so move.
Okay. That item has been moved by Councilwoman Robinson, seconded by Councilman Canale. And seeing no members in the queue, would you prepare this item for the vote, please? Yes.
Thank you. Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Smiley, yes. Warren abstained. Chairman Jones, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, would you call item number 30, please?
Item number 30 is an appointment. City Court Judge Carolyn Watkins. There is a request for same-night minutes.
Okay. May I have a motion on this item?
I move it.
Electronically with the mouse? Okay. That item has been moved by Councilman Smiley, seconded by Councilman Carlisle. Seeing no members in the queue to speak on this item, would you prepare this item for the vote? Council members, if you could cast your vote for item number 30.
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
Okay. That item passes. Madam Comptroller, would you call item number 31, please?
Item number 31 is a resolution to amend the council rules of procedure to amend section F-45-B of the council rules of procedure. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by Councilman Carlisle. There's a request for same-night minutes.
Okay. Councilman Carlisle.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Committee recommends approval, and I so move.
Okay. This item has been moved by Councilman Carlisle, seconded by Councilman Warren. Seeing no speakers in the queue, Madam Comptroller, would you prepare this item for the vote?
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, would you please call item number 17?
Item number 17 is an appointment. Dana Pointer to the Memphis and Shelby County Center City Revenue Finance Board.
Okay. Councilwoman Easter Thomas.
Chair, the committee recommends approval, and I so move.
Okay. This item has been moved by Councilwoman Easter Thomas, seconded by Councilman Carlisle. Seeing no speakers, seeing no council members in the queue to speak on this item, would you please prepare this item for the vote?
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colvett, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, would you please call item number 18?
Item number 18 is an ordinance adopting a commercial property assessed clean energy and resiliency C-PACER program within the city of Memphis, Tennessee. Up for third and final reading, ordinance number 5832 is sponsored by EDGE and the Division of Planning and Development.
Councilman Ford.
Thank you, Chairman. Committee met, recommends approval, and I so move it.
Okay, that item has been moved by Councilman Ford, seconded by Councilman Warren. We have Councilman Carlisle in the queue. Councilman Carlisle, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to make a brief statement. I know that we had an attorney here over the last couple of readings asking us to lower the amount. I looked into his perspectives, had an opportunity to speak with Director Zena, and ultimately, I agree with Director Zena's position, which is we need to get this program rolling at this higher threshold. Once our staff gets up to speed, the higher threshold is going to have fewer applications, but it'll allow them the opportunity to get through the process and learn it, understand it, because we don't want to process 150 applications, not knowing what we're doing, end up in a situation with like license plates or something, not cranking them out. So let's get this at $1 million, and then as the program, we'll get back in 6 months or a year and review the program, and we can lower the threshold then. But I think their recommendation at this threshold is good, and I just wanted to say that for the record that we did look into it. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for that. That item has been moved by Councilman Ford, seconded by Councilman Warren. Seeing no other council members in the queue, would you please prepare this item for the vote?
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colvett, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, would you please call item number 19?
Item number 19 is an ordinance to revise and change certain council districts as a result of the annexation of areas in the city and population changes reflected in the 2020 federal census, so that all such districts will remain as equal as practicable, and all such districts will comply with the injunction decree issued by the United States District Judge Jerome Turner pertaining to Voting Rights Act remedies. Up for third and final reading, ordinance number 5833 is sponsored by council members Smiley, Ford, Colvett, and Canale.
Okay, this item was heard in executive. I'll move it and then turn it over to Council Wade.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, what you have before you, I have just passed out the final maps, which now clearly delineate how all of the splits were resolved and what the final assignments are. I will tell you that districts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2, I think 6 of the 7 districts have no objection to these assignments. I've talked briefly with Councilwoman Easter Thomas, and she probably still has reservations, but I'd be glad to address any concerns that she has tonight. The map that she has before you shows how her district is now going to be reconfigured. It was basically all the splits were essentially resolved in her favor. There was really nothing else I could do as far as her district was concerned, because she's landlocked between 1, 5, and 6 without disturbing District 6, which I understand Councilman Ford doesn't want to do, without moving into District 5, which the only path there would be to change Councilman Warren into a District 7, which he doesn't want to do, or maybe he does. And then District 1, which I've conferred with Councilwoman Logan, who's agreed to all of the moves from her district into District 7. I believe this is fairly innocuous to you. I've talked extensively with former council member Swearingen, who is comfortable with this as far as District 4 is concerned. And I think we need to move a substitute ordinance that has all these changes in it, and I do have a copy, and you have been given a copy in your packet earlier today. So with that, I would request that you move to adopt the substitute ordinance and adopt it tonight.
Are there any council members that would like to be recognized on this item? Councilman Carlisle.
I just have one question for Mr. Wade. Mr. Wade, if this council chooses to approve this tonight, do we need to do it with same 9 minutes in order to have it certified, or does the extra 2 weeks matter?
I would think so, because I need to send it to the Election Commission so that they can form the District 4 boundaries for that election. I think they may have enough time even if we did it on the 1st, so if you wanted to sleep on it a little bit, I don't care, but I would like to just move it on if we could.
Thank you, Councilor Wade.
So is that a request for same night minutes, Mr. Wade?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay, if there are no objections to that, this will be approved, well, this would be voted on with same night minutes. Mr. Wade, I guess we wouldn't codify this, but I just want to state for the record, I'm hopeful that the council will have a meeting. Well, we're voting on this at this particular point in time now in advance of the District 4 race that will be on the ballot in November.
Yes,
and so it would be my hope and desire that the council comes back now that we've had it. This is our first time looking at a map. We haven't had a chance to review it with the data that you presented earlier. So I would hope that once we've had a chance to digest that, we come back, because there could be some changes. You know, as I look at a map, you would want things, I can see some natural lines, but not actually seeing streets. There could be some geographical landmarks here that may make sense for us. And like I said earlier, this was all Mr. Wade, not Mr. Wade along with the council coming up with this. So I would just have an opportunity for the council to weigh in, not on an individual basis, but as a group of 13 to weigh in on this. I would hope that we have this. Well, we will have that opportunity, because we're just doing this because we have to have this for the District 4 vote that's in November.
If I may respond,
Yes.
I would suggest that we adopt the substitute ordinance tonight with same 9 minutes, and that our minutes have your comments reflected in it, that we will revisit this after the November election to see if there are any further revisions that you desire. And I have no problem with it whatsoever.
Thank you. I just want to make sure that the records reflect that. Seeing no other council members that want to be recognized on this, I would like to ask that we prepare the screen for this substitute ordinance. I'm sorry? Yes. Yes, and same night minutes. So if you could prepare the, council members, the voting screen is up. So add 19 to the same night minutes.
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colbert, yes. Easter Thomas, no. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
Okay, that item passes. Madam Comptroller, will you please call item number 20?
Is a resolution to appropriate GEO bond funds in the amount of $335,324 for contract construction of drill tower improvement, project number FS02033, District 5, Super District 9. This resolution is sponsored by Fire Services.
Okay, Councilwoman Logan.
The committee met, recommended approval, and I so move.
Okay, this item has been moved by Councilwoman Logan, seconded by Councilman Carlisle. Seeing no members in the queue to speak on this item, Madam Comptroller, will you prepare this item for the vote?
Mr. Chairman. Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colbert, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
Madam Comptroller, will you please call item number 21?
Item number 21 is a resolution appropriating FY23 allocations in the amount of $7 million in CIP project number GS22201 OCH exterior cladding, District 6, Super District 8. This resolution is sponsored by General Services.
Councilman Smiley.
Mr. Chair, the committee may recommend approval, and I so move.
Okay, this item has been moved by Councilman Smiley, seconded by Councilwoman Johnson. Seeing no members in the queue to speak on this item, Madam Comptroller, will you prepare this item for the vote?
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colbert, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
Okay. That item passes. That brings us to our same night minutes. I'm sorry? Yes.
We already done 22.
No, we have not done 20.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, I'm sorry.
22, gotcha.
Councilman Carlisle.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Colleagues, I would like to move to suspend the rules to add an item to approve a contract to hire the firm Tabors, Karamanis, and Radakovich. I think I crushed that. As the City Council's energy consultant. And I so move.
Okay. This item is, so there's a motion, well, first of all, there's a motion to suspend the rules. So is there anyone who would like to speak on the suspension of the rules? Okay, if there's no objection to suspending the rules, the rules have been suspended.
Mr. Chair, I moved, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move to approve a contract to hire the firm Tabors, Karamanis, and Radakovich as the City Council's energy consultant.
Okay. It has been moved by Councilman Carlisle, seconded by Councilman Ford, that we approve the contract for professional services for Tabors, Karamanis, and Radakovich.
And I'd like to do so with same night minutes, sir.
And with same night minutes. So is there any council member who would want to speak on this item? Number 32? Okay, so if we could, okay, so we'll prepare this item for vote, item number 32. We'll come back to it, yeah. So council members, the screen is prepared for your vote. No. Oh, yeah, you did.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colbert, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Smiley abstained. Warren, yes. And Chairman Jones, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, will you please call item number 22?
Item number 22. Item number 22 is a resolution to transfer and appropriate construction funds in the amount of $562,214 to fund the drainage improvement along Myson Circle, project number ST02010, District 2, Super District 9. This resolution is sponsored by the Division of Public Works.
Councilman Smiley.
Mr. Chair, the committee may recommend approval, and I so move.
Okay, this item has been moved by Councilman Smiley, seconded by Councilman Carlisle. Seeing no members in the queue to speak on this item, Madam Comptroller, will you please prepare this item for the vote?
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colnet, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
Okay, that item passes. That brings us to our same night minutes. Vice Chairman Smiley, would you please read the same night minute items into the record?
Okay, the same night minutes are items 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 19, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32, and I so move.
Okay, it has been moved by Vice Chairman Smiley and seconded by Mr. Covette. Mr. Covette, Madam Controller, would you please prepare this item for the vote?
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colbert, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Robinson, yes. Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
Okay, the same night minutes have been approved. Colleagues, we have 2 comment cards. The first, we have Mr. Raymond Cheers, and that'll be followed by Mr. Joseph Kent. Raymond Cheers, okay. Mr. Cheers, would you please state your name and address for the record? And your 2 minutes will start after you've done so.
Sure will. Raymond Cheers, 5097 Leonard 38109. I do have some packets I can hand out to the council members also about what I'm about to talk about. I'm Raymond Cheers. I am the Assistant Executive Director of Beyond Educating Foundation. I understand grant programs were talked about, I believe, a few weeks ago when I was listening in on 88.5. But I just want to introduce myself to the group. We're a 501c3 nonprofit. We've been active since August of 2018, and we're doing some amazing things in the city. We've done these things actually without any help from any grant programs. We give about $500,000 worth of closeout per year to a lot of people. We've been able to tackle some things over at Pepper Tree Apartments, Serenity Towers, with help from persons like Steve Moore with FFUN, which is my mentor. Also, Memphis Artists for Change, Tamika Greer, Executive Director. So what we're looking to do now, we've been pushed by some of the parents that whose children have come through some of our programs. We also did a summer program, I'll come back to it. We were granted some funds from the county to do a summer program in which we were able to hire some of the kids that attend local schools and show them how to work and earn money, where we dissected sheep brains and count pig hearts. And we toured the museums here in Memphis, Tennessee, Slave Haven, Civil Rights. We had the Dixon Museum come to us at Abyssinia Baptist Church, where we currently house our organization at 38116. Reverend Earl Fisher is the pastor there. So we're beckoning for some funds now. Our parents have pushed us to increase what we're doing here, what we're doing in our program. They loved it so much, so now we're looking to ask the city for money. We have completed the grant that you guys have. We should qualify for everything that you have there. Some of our board members have put together this little packet here for you. But yeah, we're looking for a building. We're looking for some warehouse space. Okay. Once again, we have tons of clothing that we give out to a lot of citizens. That's not our main focus. Mr. Cheers? Yes.
Okay, we have.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, no, we have, you've exceeded your 2-minute limit. I think that Mr. Smiley wants to address you.
Please.
How you doing, Mr. Cheers?
Well.
So first of all, thank you for the work that you do in the city. I tell people, I think the best part about being in Memphis is we have so many institutions that are actively giving back and empowering young people in our community. So thank you for all that you do in your organization. I also wanted to let you know, because I see that you've submitted a lot of information. Is Brianna? This is Brianna. Brianna is going to get you plugged in. We have a grant application process. You go on our website, get your information in as expeditiously as possible, because the deadline is September 1st. So I will lead you wrong and tell you this is all the information that you need to get to us.
This is
If
not
you listen to
even half
me,
of the
you will be
information that I have.
wrong. Trust me. Listen to Brianna and Meredith. They're going to get you plugged in. So I would get with them and they get you plugged in so you can potentially get some funding from this body. And as you know, so what
appreciate
exactly are you seeking from us? What are you seeking from us?
Well, we can come back. So if you could check with our staff, we do have a
I
grant
already filled
program.
out the grant. I
Yes.
mentioned that in my statements. So thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Mr. Joseph Kent?
Mr. Chair.
Joby Kent, 5111 from Mingo. I never got any corrections back on the one bill spreadsheet bust out. Again, a spreadsheet bust out is a flexible tool that models alternative assumptions than those provided, which we need a lot of that here in Memphis. Of course, anyone can do like developers do and make up numbers to make a study say whatever they want to. In the case of the one bill spreadsheet bust out, I accepted the restaurant projections while modeling in omitted tax abatements and grants for centric, caption, and landing properties, which are included in the TDZ. Different from the 307, 470, and 559 daily room rates assumed respectively for the caption, centric, and grand. Instead, more realistic rates in 200, 200, and 280, plus $15 each for parking were modeled. This resulted in a daily room rate in today's dollars of $215 each for caption and centric and $295 for the grand. Additionally, assumed was a 50% of 100% participation by the city in bond payments. So you can see I didn't model in 100% of the bond payments. It's just a most likely 0 to 100, you model in 50%. The outcome of these assumptions using designated net proceeds is an $85 million loss for taxpayers over 30 years versus the $70 million gain originally modeled in the original DMC economic impact study using assumptions supplied by the one bill developer. In closing, another item is the city cannot produce minutes of the Riverfront Steering Committee, which if not kept would be insane considering the involvement of tens, if not $100 million. On the other hand, if they have the minutes, they are withholding public information. Thank you.
That brings us to the end of our meeting agenda. At this time, I entertain a motion to adjourn. Okay, has been moved, seconded. This meeting is adjourned.